From now on, we will study about the subordinating conjunction to as a description in a defining way or in a non-defining way. The subordinating conjunction who, whom, which, or whose to link the subordinate clause that has the trait as a description to the main clause is applied in a defining or in a non-defining way. The subordinating conjunction who to link the subordinate clause that has the trait as an adjective to describe the precedent in the main clause indicates the subject or object that is a person as the precedent. The premise to apply the word, the pronoun who, is also applied there is a sentence. I greet a person and the other person who is there is the second sentence. I greet a person and the other person who is sophisticated. The speaker indicates the object of the transitive verb greet in the main clause with the phrase of the noun a person and the other person to include the precedent a person and the subordinate clause who is sophisticated to describe the precedent a person. The pronoun who indicates the precedent a person in the non-defining way because the precedent a person and the subordinating conjunction who do not form a boundary. The speaker reveals that the statement of the main clause is finished with the application of a comma to state the subordinate clause linked by the pronoun who to indicate the same subject as the precedent a person after the main clause is stated completely. Because of the punctuation mark, comma, and the form of the be verb is reveals that the pronoun who indicates the precedent a person. The pronoun who is linked to the precedent a person in the main clause with the non-defining way. The speaker links the subordinate clause to the main clause to apply the pronoun whom to emphasize the fact that the pronoun who, which indicates the same person as the precedent in the main clause, practices the role as the object to receive the definition of the transitive verb or preposition in the subordinate clause. The pronoun whom that indicates the same subject or object as the precedent in the main clause reveals that the subject or object is applied as the object in the subordinate clause. The first sentence is this: I see a male and his friend whom you like. The speaker indicates the object of the transitive verb in the main clause with the phrase of the noun a male and his friend to include the precedent his friend, and the subordinate clause whom you like to describe the precedent his friend. This sentence is intended to set the precedent because the pronoun whom links the subordinate clause right behind the without the punctuation mark comma, but the form of the transitive verb like does not reveal the information of the object indicated by the pronoun whom. The whom is applied to indicate a precedent, and so the listeners can understand that the pronoun whom can indicate the only precedent, his friend, but we can also understand that the pronoun whom can indicate both precedent. This sentence conveys the ambiguous intention. In this kind of statement, we can refer to the context ahead of the sentence. The speaker indicates the object of the transitive verb like in the subordinate clause with the pronoun whom to indicate the same object as the precedent his friend to indicate a person in the main clause. The speaker links the precedent his friend and the subordinating conjunction whom in the defining way. The precedent his friend and the pronoun whom are stated in a continuous way. So we can say that the precedent and the pronoun are defined. The second sentence is this: I see a male and his friend whom you like. The speaker indicates the object of the transitive verb see in the main clause with the phrase of the noun a male and his friend to include the precedent a male and the subordinate clause whom you like to describe the precedent a male. The speaker sets the precedent indicated by the pronoun whom as a phrase of the noun a male because of the comma. We can understand that the speaker prioritizes the main clause because of the punctuation mark comma to reveal that the pronoun whom is applied in a non-defining way. The listeners can that the pronoun whom indicates a precedent that does not state it in the continuous way. So the precedent is the phrase of the noun a male. The speaker indicates the object of the transitive verb like in the subordinate clause with the pronoun whom to indicate the same object as the precedent a male to indicate a person in the main clause. The speaker links the precedent a male and the subordinating conjunction whom in the non-defining way.